Get off on. Are you guys ready for a hell of a show tonight, everybody? Hell yeah. We got a stack lineup tonight. Comics, 7 minutes each. Don't go over your time. Your first comic, your next comic getting up on the stage. It's been a while since I brought him on stage, and I'm really happy to, you guys. He's a distinguished gentleman. Start clapping your hands right now. Start clapping your hands right now for Mr. Cal Benke, everybody. Clap for Mr. Cal Benke.
All right, nothing like going first, especially if there's something topical to talk about. And tonight, what I'll start with is I have one big, beautiful bit. That's right, it's one big, beautiful bit. You know what one big, beautiful bit's going to do for us? What do we have? One big, beautiful bit. Thank you, thank you. No, actually, that was a bunch of BS. Actually, I have a new segment tonight, and I'm calling it "Jokes That My Wife Doesn't Want Me to Tell." It's not really true. I don't really include her on any of my bits anyhow, so she doesn't know. Besides, the only thing she thinks is funny is where I bomb. So here's one of those first jokes. So you ever been up to Bowie and Highlands there? They have that alpine motif, gingerbread stuff and shushy things, and you go there and try to enjoy all that European stuff. And while I was there, I saw this sign. It said 20-acre tavern. I thought, ooh, 20-acre tavern. I could go for 20-acre tavern. Then I looked around for the most foreign-looking European person. I started a conversation. I says, hey, you know, that 20-acre tavern looks nice, but don't you think that should say 20 hectares? Thank you. Hectares, you know, we use acres. All right, now here's another one. Oh, John Reed, you know, the last time I was here, you did that thing and it was so, you know, so revealing and humble, and it had to be something that really helped you get through something. And, you know, I had a similar type situation like that too when I was young, going through puberty. My parents weren't getting along that great, and I was smoking a lot of weed then, and I started having all these wet dreams instead. You know, 3 or 4 a night, so got to be pretty crazy, but my dad kind of liked it because he thought, you know, maybe that smoking that weed might be a good idea after all. So he did start talking. Okay, here's number 4. I know that a lot of you have been talking about, I remember some birds. Ooh, we liked eagles, we did this. Another of our members likes to draw birds. I've had birds. I've had every kind of bird there is. Ducks, geese, chickens. The only thing I haven't had is a turkey, man. The turkeys are way too trippy. I was tripping out one time and I looked at those jowls and I thought, oh man, never again. If you ever look at a turkey's jowls, you'll never eat turkey again. No way, you'll probably never do acid again. But the joke really is, do you know why chickens cross the road? To get away from the fucking rooster. All they do is want to fuck them constantly. All right, I'm up to number 5, and I haven't seen the light. Now, this one I think Scott really does better. He's been working on his Trump, and it seems like he's got it down better than I do, but I'm really kind of worried about this situation in Los Angeles. I hear that he's getting ready to send the Marines in, and they're going to storm Santa Monica and Malibu. We're going to plunder the pacifist creeks in Pacific Palisades. Yeah, it's really hard to say. 3 P's in a row, you try. Yeah, well, that's enough of that one. I got one more. And I haven't even seen the light. What a relief. So the other day, oh, there's the light now. I better speed it up. A couple weeks ago, my wife and I had date night. So we went to Kirkbride Hall. It's in Building 50. Anybody been there? I bet you have. So they had these concerts there, and it's really nice in there. They fixed it all up, you know, for when the nuts used to go there and watch a show or something. I don't know, they usually think arrogance, throwing shit on the wall, banging their head like a drum. You know, they let them go in there. So anyhow, we went to see the Four Seasons. Like the Four Seasons, one of my favorite things. So we got in there. Violinists, man, were playing so hard. It was a real emotional part. And Allegro during the summer party, Allegro, and they were all just going so hard, so long. It was just so moving. And I sat there and watched them, and I thought to myself, well, those women must have really firm breasts. Then after I left, I thought, you know what? I never did hear Ragdoll or Walk Like a Man anyhow. You know, I get Frankie Valli and Antonio Vivaldi mixed up sometimes now, so I always have to remind myself who's who. All right, I think that's enough out of me for now. We'll let somebody else come up and take it over. Thank you.
Cal Banky, everybody. Give it up for Mr. Cal Banky, everybody. His back is so sweaty. Get the fuck out of here. Give it up for Cal Banky, you guys. Come on for Cal Banky. Come on. I parked his car before the show and it was a goddamn DeLorean, so. Thank you. All right, Cal Banky, he is gonna go to bed. Everybody. Oh yeah, no, this is gonna be a good night. I can tell. Your next comic getting up here, one of my fucking favorites. He's been coming out, and he's also a great artist. I gotta put that out there. He's a beautiful artist. He's a beautiful man, and I'm just gonna keep calling him beautiful. You can catch him at Right Brain Brewery doing a guest spot at the end of the month on the 28th. I'm plugging. So give it up right now for Mr. Richie Gunn, everybody.
Ben Bradshaw, y'all. Thanks, Ben. Hey, everybody. This is for my dad, Cal Banky. I've been on the dating apps, Temu and Zillow, and I came across the furries. And I met this girl, her persona is a chicken. I'll try to get through this without getting emotional, Cal. I'm loading. She insisted that we loading? I got you. She insisted that we go to Kentucky Fried Chicken, and she was dressed like a chicken, and so we did. I met a beauty, a Mexican cutie, an egg-laying chick from down in Cancun. She's a real sweetie, happy to meet me. Broiler or layer, I haven't a clue. Wasting away again in Algorithmville. searching for that next heartbreak of mine. Some websites say that there's a partner to claim, but I know I'm just wasting my time. That was for Cal. Thank you. Y'all, I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, and I was driving by through Elk Rapids the other day, and I saw a sign that said Old Dixie Highway. And so it blew my mind a little bit. So I did some homework on Old Dixie Highway. It actually goes from Miami up through Atlanta, through Nashville, Indiana, up into Michigan, all the way up into Sault Ste. Marie. I'm just reading the words, y'all. And I realized, like, it's actually Highway 41 in Atlanta. Up here it's Highway 31. It goes through Traverse City. Blew my mind. And I knew that, like, there was a connection. And I knew that the South would rise again. We have something to prove in the South because we are losers of the Great War. I condemn racism and slavery. Okay, just get that established. But we still have something to prove as losers of the Great War. And it helped me put in perspective how polite the society is up here. In Michigan, it's very polite. I was driving around East Bay, and out of the corner of my eye, I saw a monster. It was the politeness monster. All right. There's a new exercise fad coming out of our area called Polites. A while back, I had a whole family try to teach me the game of euchre. That is some made-up bullshit, y'all. I had two different levels of the family explaining the game to me, the grandkids and the grandparents. And they were like, right bower, left bower, triple ace, triple nine, farmer's hand. And I think they were playing different games. And I think I know why the North won the war. It's because y'all, they were just changing the rules. All right. Did I condemn slavery already? I like to people watch. And so I go out on 8th Street, and I was standing below the big billboard of Jesus touching his heart. Have y'all seen this? I love Jesus, straight up. But that billboard, the heart is just the wrong shape. I was people watching on 8th Street, and I like to play a game called Hipster or Homeless. And I hollered at these two guys, and it was John Reed and Addison Davenport. I've noticed that there's a lot of stuff about California in the news. Y'all keep up with the news, California? Everybody wants to go west to find themselves, but nobody wants to go to, like, Tulsa. I'm gonna stop right there, y'all. Thanks.
Richie Gunn, everybody. Give it up for Mr. Richie Gunn. All right, we're keeping it rocking, we're keeping it rolling. Your next comic getting up down here. He's my co-host, my co-producer. He is also hosting the show at Right Brain Brewery on the 28th of this month. You guys, give it up right now. Come on, dear friend, Mr. Scott Whitcomb, everybody.
Hey, give it up for Ben Bradshaw, everybody. I don't know if you guys know, I don't know if he told you though, he's from Grand Rapids. I don't know if you guys, he says that a lot. He comes up here, he's like, I'm from Grand Rapids, Grand Rapids, Grand Rapids. That joke worked better in Grand Rapids, Grand Rapids, Grand Rapids. Oh man, it didn't work here. That just hurt your feelings. Give it up for Ben Bradshaw, everybody. Hell yeah. I did a little set on Sunday with the improv group. That was a lot of fun, actually. I had a fucking blast. One of the acts, he was dressed in a robe, and he was retired Tarzan. And he told this story all about improv. Richie's already laughing because he knows what's going to happen. He just ripped off the robe and was wearing nothing but a Speedo. And then he jumped on the table. I was like, wow, every group has a Brendan Morris. And it was wild, just Speedo confidence, you know? I talked to him after the show. I was like, dude, that was fucking, we got a guy like you. He's like, that was fucking crazy. He's like, yeah, what I do is performance art, and what you do is stand-up comedy. I was just like, okay. You just took your clothes off and jumped on a table. The last time I was at a stand-up show and a guy jumped on a table, I was in Killeen, Texas. It's a rough part of Texas. To get into this place, you had to go through a metal detector. It was in between two army bases. It was called the Tilted Kilt. Has anyone heard of the Tilted Kilt? Woo! The guy from Texas. Yes. All right. PJ, if you would like to help me explain Tilted Kilt.
I don't think I can.
It's Hooters in the hood wearing kilts. You see everything. It's gross. Didn't eat there. The whole thing was wild. We were doing stand-up there, and they were getting mad. We weren't helping. And my friend D1 was one of my great friends. Every time I saw D1, I was like, "What's up, D1?" And he goes, "Still black." And I'm like, "Yes, you are, D1. You are." Yes, you are. He went on blast at this show, and he was hearing all night that we couldn't say certain things. So he decides to jump on a table and starts telling the staff, he's like, yeah, this place is gross, fuck this place, blah, 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 blah. And then the cook from the back came all the way to the front and just unplugged everything. And I was like, now that is performance art. Thank you. That took a long way to get there. We had a plan. But yeah, that was all true. Crazy. I wrote this down. One of my DoorDash stories, if I can remember it correctly. This could suck, but bear with me. You guys ready? You on board? All right. I did DoorDash for a little bit, and I had this one order. Why does the horn keep honking? That's not. It's fucking me up. Okay, you guys didn't hear it. Is it real? I'm really high too. All right, DoorDash. I got this one order, and there were 3 things on the list. There was a vibrator, a scented candle, and massaging oil. And the scented candle stood out to me because it was like tobacco. I was like, oh, this lady can only come if the smell of her dad's in the room. Gross. Right. And they were out, they had that, but they were out of the massage oil and the vibrator. I'm like, this is a hot night for the fucking Walgreens. I went up to the lady at the front. I was a top dasher, so this is what you gotta do. You gotta go ask if they have more dildos in the back at Walgreens. I was like, no, he doesn't come in until tomorrow. I've been waiting all day. Okay. This is great. So I asked her if there were no replacements, you know. I was like, oh, I'm available. No. And then ended up, it was at a hotel. So I was like, this girl had plans tonight. And I run into her in the lobby with the bag. I don't know the end of this. I don't care anymore. Is that cool? Can I just move on? I don't care anymore. Yeah. Thank you. We're not going to post a clip tonight. All right. Yeah, you guys ever get mad when someone tells you, like, when you leave, they're like, hey, watch out for deer. They're like, I fucking know, you know? You don't have to say it every time, you know? I was on the way here today, I saw some deer on the side of the road, and there was a guy coming my way, he had a headlight out. I was like, I should let him know about the deer, but this is gonna get out. Flash my lights as we're passing by, he goes, I fucking know! And then he smoked a deer 3 seconds later. I tried to warn him. I tried. What else is on there? How much time I got? Let's see. Sorry, I'm failing today. Oh, we're good, we got this. We got this show coming up on Sunday. I would have not have lasted, thank you. We'll just actually cut to this, we'll do this. This is whenever Ben hosts, he gives me the light, and then he gives me a prompt, and I do a Trump impression with it. Is that cool? And I'm gonna try and beat Cal's. You guys ready?
Yes.
Give me a prompt, Ben Bradshaw. Donald Trump tucking Cal Benke into bed.
Why are you up so late? You shouldn't be up this late. Would you like a bedtime story?
Yes.
Have you tried playing Flabachi? Rockabye, baby. Rockabye, Cal Benke. I don't know.
Trump let it out.
Trump playing disc golf with Cal Benke. Ah, shit. I don't know any cool disc golf.
I don't play this. That's a lot of walking.
What's a term? Disc golf. Heiser? Heiser.
Wow, what a hyzer. Nice putt. I putt better. I drive better. Golf's way better. This sucks. I don't know. Thanks, Ben Bradshaw. I've wasted my time. All right.
Scott motherfucking Whitcomb over here. Give us Scott Whitcomb. Come on. All right, folks. Hey, your next comic coming up here. If you look on your tables, there's some little mini flyers here. The next comic getting up here, he is the founder of Pecker Productions. It's a real. I took theirs to use it. Yeah.